So please feel free to scan the QR code if you want to support him in this campaign. And now let's hear and let's listen to his words on behalf of Dilek, his wife Dilek İmamoğlu.
Sevgili dostlarım, değerli
dear friends, dear colleagues, I cannot be with you in person today as the elected mayor of Istanbul. I send my warmest regards to the progressive mayors of European cities gathered here in Amsterdam. Our cities in Europe like Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Istanbul and others are bound together by a shared commitment to democracy, as demonstrated by our visits to us in Istanbul in support of our fight for democracy. I sincerely thank you all for your solidarity. Your visits show our people that we are not alone in our fight for justice and democracy. Attacks on democracy in Turkey entered a most perilous phase. Courts are no longer functioning as instruments of justice, but are being used as a political weapon to crush democratic opposition. Democratically elected opposition mayors like me are removed from their posts and put into prison on fabricated corruption charges. 17 elected mayors are currently behind bars, and more than a quarter of Istanbul's districts have had their elected leaders removed and replaced with trustees. Millions of voters are being silenced through what can be called judicial coups. Our party, the CHP, under the leadership of Özgür Özel, are resisting against these unlawful acts, including in Istanbul. All around the country, we are organizing rallies to which hundreds of thousands of people attend, and they show the strongest desire of our people for democracy. 70% of the Turkish population at the moment live in cities governed by opposition parties. And despite all obstacles piled in front of them by the central government to hinder their success, they are working day and night in order to improve the lives of their citizens. And Istanbul is one of the most concrete examples to this. In our city of 16 million people, transparent governance, green and social investments serve not a privileged minority, but all of the people living in Istanbul. We've created a new understanding, and despite all attacks and manipulations, we won the elections for a second term as a mayor of Istanbul, and that is the very reason, and also because I am a presidential candidate of my party, I was put into prison. By addressing you from my prison cell, I carry hope, not despair, because manipulated court decisions and violations of the laws cannot annul the will of the people. As progressive mayors of European cities, we must show that cities are fortresses of democracy, and that fortress will hold. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Roberto, how do you feel after watching this video, the Ekrem İmamoğlu testimony, we can say, especially given his unjust detention and the powerful message it sends about unity, resilience, and the fight for democracy in our cities? Could you share your reaction?
I feel, of course, as all of you now, extremely moved and shocked, because it's really unacceptable, incredible and unacceptable that 17 mayors, including the mayor of Istanbul, the candidate for the presidential elections, are unlawfully imprisoned by decisions that clearly are politically motivated, are biased, are banned only on the basis of manipulating Turkish democracy, changing the situation where, on the contrary, it's obvious that people in Turkey want a change, wants democracy, and will also take inspiration by the good governance model that Ekrem İmamoğlu has been able to prove in Istanbul, what he called the Istanbul model. So that's why we really have to, as mayors, to look at our cities, of our problems, of our internal issues, but we can never forget and don't look at what is happening in Turkey. And we should really stand together. Today we made the first meeting, and I would like to thank Stefan Löfven for asking me to chair of this new network of progressive mayor of big cities. And Ekrem should have been with us, and he's in jail, and this is unacceptable. We cannot accept this, and we will never stop asking and fighting for his freedom and for democracy in Turkey. And not just we as a mayor, of course, but all the socialist family and all the citizens that have at the heart of their core values, democracy, should stand for. And we cannot accept that too many government leaders shake hands with Erdogan and forget and are not able to say one word against this scandal, including our Italian leader, government leader. So we cannot accept that. And so let our voice be heard. Let's stand for democracy in Turkey. Let's stand for Ekrem İmamoğlu.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Ennek a politikai választás nagyon fontos része a lokális kormányzás. Miért nem úgy működve arról, hogy a világban egyre azért támogatják az emberek a populista érzik, hogy otthontalanná váltak a saját hazájukban, és hogy a politika nem tud választani azokkal a kihívásokra, amelyek nap mint nap szorongásra kerülnek, és óriási szakadék van a bérek és az ingatlanok növekedése között. Mindenki, aki hisz a társadalmi igazságosságban, a fenntarthatóságban, az innovációban, pontosan tudja azt, hogy a lakatási válság milyen legjobb válasz. És továbbra is arra kérek mindenkit, polgármestertársaimban, az európai szocialistákat, hogy álljunk ki közösen a lokális kormányzás, a városi kormányzás fontossága mellett. Jó tanácskozást kívánok!
I gladly will, and I wish he was here because I think he's a real hero, standing up for our rights, our human rights, and what he did with the price, something we should all support, and we did. So our mayor, Femke Halsema, also went there, and I know other mayors.
Belediye başkanlarını en içten duygularımla selamlıyorum. Ne yazık ki Türkiye'de demokrasi en tehlikeli dönemlerinden birini yaşıyor. Mahkemeler artık adaletin aracı olmaktan çıkmış, yolsuzluk suçlamalarıyla hapse atılmaktadır. Bugün 17 belediye başkanı cezaevindedir, yok sayılmaktadır. Ancak partimiz Cumhuriyet Özel'in liderliğinde bu hukuksuzluklara karşı direnmektedir. İstanbul dahi en güçlü göstergesidir. Bugün Türkiye nüfusunun %70'i muhalefet belediyeleri tarafından yönetilen kentlerde yaşamaktadır. Tüm en somut örneğidir. 16 milyonluk şehrimizde şeffaf yönetim olduğu için bugün cezaevindeyim. Ama buradan sizi asla silemez. Biz ilerici belediye başkanları olarak göstermeliyiz ki şehirler demokrasinin son kalesidir ve